Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be discussing algebraic fraction, but we'll focus our attention on simplification of fraction. As you can see on the screen, we have two questions. We are going to deal with them, but I want you to pay attention because of little interference of one or two topics into this topic. So as we journey through this video, I want you to pay attention so that we can get what we are set to get. So we have question number 1. So let's say solution number 1. Don't forget, we are dealing with algebraic fraction. Awesome. This is the question for number 1. So how do we simplify what we have here? Now, if you look at what we have at the numerator and what we have at the denominator, all we need to do is to simplify them out, to factorize and see what we can get in common. So we are going to do it separately and see how we can go about them. Okay. For what we have at the numerator, so let's start with this first. So for the numerator, now we are going to factorize to simplify what we have here. We'll do the same thing for the denominator, but let's do for numerator first. Now, if you remember quadratic equation, if you actually want to factorize, you have what we call product and sum. So for product this time around, it will be what we have at our extreme left and what we have at our extreme right. Then for sum is what is in the middle. So now we'll split it out so that we can factorize very easily. So let's say for product, because anything we are able to iron out here now, that's what we put up here. So we'll do the same thing for the denominator. Anything we're able to iron out, that's what we'll put down there. So let's say for product now, our product will be multiplying what we have at the extreme left and what we have at the extreme right. Product means when you now times them, you get that answer. So we have a square and minus 6s squared. So if you bring these two together, if you actually multiply them, so your product will now be 6s squared a squared. That will be your product. Your product will be 6s squared a squared. Or for alphabetical sake, you can just say 6a squared a squared is still the same thing. You are still correct. Still correct. It's still the same. Just multiplying what you have on the extreme left and what you have on the extreme right. So that will be your product minus 6a squared a squared. Now your sum will be what? What you have at the middle. I want you to follow it gently so that for sum it will be what you have at the middle. So what do you have? It's just plus ax. Our sum will be ax. You don't need to put the plus. Our sum is ax. Now, if you still remember, you can check our YouTube channel for clarification on quadratic equation, how to factorization method. That's what we're actually using. Just to simplify this numerator, we'll do the same thing for denominator. Okay, now that we know our product to be this, our sum to be this, so we now think of two numbers such that if you times the number product, you have this. If you add that same number sum, you have this. So let's think of those two numbers now, because we're actually dealing with this and this. We have to iron out all the numbers that can multiply to get 6. We have 1 and 6, we have 2 and 3. So we are going to be working between those two because that's what will give you 6 if you multiply them anyway. So let's say 3ax and minus 2ax. Let's work with that. Getting the two number, (3ax) and minus 2ax. Let's run it and see. Okay, let's see if it's going to work out. Now the two numbers are 3ax and minus 2ax. Now for product, you are timesing now. 3ax times minus 2ax for product. So this minus definitely appear. This is it. 3 times 2 will give us 6. This is it. A times a will give us a squared. This is it. X times x will give us x squared. That means these two numbers, 3ax and minus 2ax, has actually worked for product. So let's test it for sum. Sum, it means you will add these two numbers, this and this. Let's add 3ax minus 2ax. It's just like saying 3 minus 2, it will give you 1. 3 minus 2, it will give you 1. Then the ax is there, so we have 1ax. There's no need of writing the 1, so we have ax. That means these two numbers actually worked for us. Awesome. So what we now do is to put these two numbers in between here. This is what I mean. Awesome. So instead of having ax at the middle, you put these two numbers, 3ax minus 2x. That's the reason we are factorizing. Awesome. Let's do with what we have at the middle. It will be plus this 3ax that we have here minus 2ax that we have here. Then we have this our minus that is here. Awesome. So instead of having what we have at the middle, we impute those two numbers we were able to come about. Awesome. So having done that, now all we just do now is to put these ones in brackets. You don't need to disturb yourself. Then put this one as well. Awesome. Just bracket what you have here and bracket what you have here. Beautiful. So the next thing for us now is to do what? What is common here and here? Let's just bring it out. We actually want to factorize. So anything we'll get, that's what we'll go and put at the numerator here. And we'll do for denominator as well. So what is common here? We have a squared, 3ax. Definitely. A is common. A is common. If you remove a from this a squared that is here, because we have 2a there, you'll be left with 1a. This a. Beautiful. If you remove 1a out here. Now, if you remove the a that is here because it's common, you'll be left with what? 3x. Awesome. Now come to this side. What is common? Here. You have 2 here. You can remove 2 as well here. You have x here. You can remove x here. Awesome. So 2x is common. Definitely. So if you remove 2x from here, 2x, you'll be left with only a. You'll be left with a. Awesome. So if you remove 2x from here, you'll be left with what? If you remove 2 from 6, you'll be left with 3. If you remove x, you'll be left with only 1x. You'll be left with only 1x. Awesome. But don't forget, because you have multiplication outside, if you times what is here, you change to plus. Awesome. What will give you sign is it has to be the same with what you have here. Beautiful. So having done that, now you pick what is outside here, a, with what is outside here, minus 2x. Then you just pick one of these two, because this and this, they are common. You just pick one of them, a plus 3x. Beautiful. So that means we've been able to factorize the what? The numerator. So you can now put, instead of this value here, we put what we have here. So let's do for the denominator. Let's do for the denominator. Then we can round up our calculation. Awesome. So for the denominator, let's bring it out, then we'll factorize as well. This is it. Awesome. So this is the denominator. As we have it here, 2a squared plus ax minus a squared. 2a squared plus ax minus ax. So also we'll do the same thing. We'll find the product and we'll find the sum. We'll find the product, we'll find the sum. That will go a long way to help us for the denominator. Beautiful. Now the same thing for the product, we times what we have here and what we have here. For the sum, we just pick what we have at the middle. So for the sum, it's just ax. For the sum, it's just ax. Now for the product, let's times what we have here and what we have here. 2a squared times minus ax. Definitely the answer will be, we have a negative sign. So we have 2a squared, a squared, so it will be 2a squared, s squared, 2a squared, s squared. Let's just bring it down here. Minus 2a squared, s squared. Let's just bring it down here. Awesome. So our product is now minus 2a squared s squared. Our sum is ax. That means we are going to look for two numbers such that if we times them product, it will give us this. But if you add them sum, it will give us this, like we did earlier on. So let's see. The two numbers are because looking at this product, that means numbers that can give you product when you times them is just 1 and 2. 2 times 1 will give you 2. That means we'll be working around that. So you can say 2ax and minus ax. Let's try it. Don't forget, this ax minus a is still the same thing as minus 1ax. So let's check for product. That means we are timesing the two numbers. Okay, let's go 2ax times minus ax. That means there will be minus. This is the minus. This is the 2. We have a here, we have a here, that will give us a squared. We have x here, we have x squared, that will give us x squared. That means these two numbers, 2ax and minus ax, actually work for our product. So let's get for sum. Let's add these two, 2ax minus ax. This thing is still the same thing as 1ax, like I said. So let's say 2ax minus 1ax. It will give us 1ax. This is it. Because 1 is invisible in this case. So that means it has worked for our product and our sum. So what we just do is just to put these two numbers, this and this, in between here. Then we conclude for our denominator. Then we solve our question. Awesome. So instead of having ax at the middle, because we have 2ax and this 2ax is plus, so we can leave this plus that is here, 2ax minus ax that we have. We are imputing the two number that we've gotten. So now I have 2x squared plus 2ax minus ax minus a squared. So very easy. Like we did for our numerator, we are also doing it for our denominator. Awesome. So all we just need to do is to put this in brackets. Put this in brackets. This as well. And this is beautiful. So the next thing is for us to look at what is common. You can bring it out. Beautiful. So 2 is here, 2 is here, 2 is common, x is here, x is here. So that means 2x is common here. So let's bring it out. Let's bring 2x out. 2x is common. That means if we remove 2x from here, we'll be left with only 1x. We'll be left with x. Awesome. If we remove 2x here, we'll be left with only a. If we remove 2x, we'll be left with a. So 2x is common, so it's out already. So let's look at this place. What is common? We have a here, we have a here. So it's only a that is common. So if we bring out a here, we'll be left with s. If we bring out a here, we have two of them. We'll be left with only 1. But because the sign outside is minus, because if you say minus times minus here, it will give you what? Plus in here. The check is that it has to be uniform with what is here. Beautiful. So what is left for us now is to what we have outside here. We bring it out, 2x and this minus a that is outside here. We bring it out. Then you just pick one of these two, x plus a. Let's bring out one of the two. Awesome. So we have our denominator also. So our job is almost done. What we'll be doing is just to factorize what we have up and down here to make our job easier. Therefore, we now have, this is our question, which is equal to awesome. So with this, because we know our numerator here already, this is our numerator, we've been able to factorize it out to be this. Then we know our denominator to be this. We've been able to factorize this out to be awesome. So what we have up here is still the same thing as what we have here. and what we have down here is still the same thing as what we have here, because we've been able to factorize it out. That is a minus 2x, open and close bracket, a plus 3x. That's for the numerator. Then for the denominator, 2x minus a, open bracket and close, s plus a. So what we have here, we've been able to do it. That's what we've been doing since morning for the numerator and the denominator. So we can now work with this also. Beautiful. So with this now, looking at this, we have a minus 2x, 2x minus a, they look alike. This and this, they look alike. So that means if you swap this here, the sign will just change. We just put a minus sign. So with this, you can easily, just for it to cut out, because we are actually simplifying. Okay, if we put a negative sign here, now swap this to the 2x minus a, you are still saying the same thing. Beautiful. Just because if you say this is minus 2x, then we have plus a. This is minus 2x, because this minus times this minus will still give us plus. So we are still saying the same thing. The reason why we are doing this is so that this and this can cancel out. So that this and this can cancel out. So we'll be left with what we have here. This one has gone. We are left with minus here, and this one has gone. Awesome. So this is our final answer, a plus 3x with minus outside plus x plus a. So we've been able to iron out that. So this same method of factorizing, that's what we use for this second question as well. We say solution 2. But this time around, since you know the method already, I'll just bring out the numbers that has been factorized. You can cross-check, but go through this method of factorizing both the numerator and the denominator. You can go through it. So let me just solve this question number 2. So you can check the numbers that are used for factorization on your own. You can just, let's say solution number 2. Beautiful. Let's come up with the question. This is the question number 2. Awesome. So that's the question. So kindly do for the numerator, factorize the way we've done this, then factorize for the denominator as well. Then any answer you get, this is what we've gotten for the numerator and this is for the denominator. Then we simplify it out, as you can see. So this time around, I will not be bringing out equal to. So what I'm going to do is just to give us the numbers that has been factorized. That's what I'm going to do, so you can check it out, you can cross-check it. Because of our time, just go through the same process we did for the first question for the numerator and the denominator. So this time around, for the numerator, the factorization that we've done, the numbers, they are a minus 2, a minus 2, then a minus 3. That's for the numerator. Then for the denominator, for the denominator, 2 minus a, 1 minus a. Awesome. So I don't want to waste too much of our time. I will come about factorizing what we have here to give us this one, factorizing what we have here to give us this one. We've taken our time to explain it in this first question. Factorizing what we have here to give us this one, that's the numerator. That's what we explain up here. For the numerator, this is it. Come about this. Then for the denominator, we're able to factorize it to be this one. That's the reason why we're able to put for the numerator, this is our answer, for the denominator, this is our answer. So go through the same process. We factorize what we have here, this is the answer. Factorize what we have here. I don't want to take too much of our time, that's why I've taken my time to just bring it out here. So we can just simplify it out. Beautiful. So with this, is there anyone that can cut out? This is a minus 2, this is 2 minus a. Very easy, like we did earlier. Just swap this sign, bring minus, swap all you have here and bring the minus out. It will look like this. Then we'll be able to. So what do I mean? If you put a negative sign here and swap what you have here to be 2, here to be a, you are still saying the same thing. Because if you say this minus times this minus, it will give you plus. That's this plus a, you have plus a here. And this minus times this 2, it will give you minus 2. Is this the same thing? The reason why we are doing that is so that this 2 minus a can cancel out this 2 minus a. Remember, we are trying to what? To simplify the fraction. That this 2 minus a can cancel out this 2 minus a. Awesome. So we'll be left with what? That means this a minus 2 has been cancelled out. We are left with minus up there with a minus 3, and this one has also gone. This is our final answer. For the factorization, just go through the one we did for the first question for the numerator and the denominator. Very easy and self-explanatory. Just use that same method and factorize out for this numerator we have here, this numerator we have here, and this denominator. Factorize what we have here, you will get this. Factorize what we have here, you get this. Just go through the same process. This is the product, 6a squared, and the sum will be what? Minus a for this one. For this one, the product will be what? 2a squared, and the sum will be what? Minus 3a. You can always drop a comment with us if you have any question or issue with any of our video. Kindly help like this video and press the subscribe button. Don't forget to on the notification so that you can always get notification from us whenever we post a new video. Thank you.